home. I have a class in about 45 minutes, and I'm gonna have breakfast and all that kind of fun stuff. So I just wanna come on here quickly and just to touch base. Yeah. Well, oh, it's a crazy weekend. There's a lot of shit happening all over the world this weekend. Just to be aware, I would stay away from crowds, you know. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I got that. It's a little bit darker than that side, but that's okay. It's my I'm half of myself. There we go. So, what is going on, my loves? It's Mercury's retrograde, and it's at 19 degrees of Pisces, and it's going to be retrograde until November. This is the last one in Pisces. The next one will be in Aries, and he will retrograde from Aries into Pisces and go direct and back into Aries. But this is like it's fully in Pisces. So, which makes a huge difference. And this is where we're going to find a lot of challenges. A lot of things are going to be coming in, and people are going to start losing their grip. It's to be the person, and especially with the sun and we're in Cancer season. It's to be the one with the adult pants on, and this is where you're going to find a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges are going to be coming up, not only for ourselves but for others in around the world, and a lot of concerns are going to be really being raised up at this time. Now, Neptune being at like tipping point, it's like, don't let this get out of control. A lot of delusional um frequencies coming in and feeling everything's out of control, and I don't have control of this. It's and you can get caught up into this, and where Saturn is, this is where it could be, this crazy push, and you just lose it. And so it's very important to be in that grounding, right? And in that grounding. Now we do have that Mars sextile over to Venus, and that is, it sounds good. It seems like, a lot of people say, "Oh, you go and date." Mars is in detriment. So you can get, just be careful out there, because there could be some few assholes that are in and around, and that will just take you for a ride, especially with Mars in Taurus right now. Now, I'm going to pull up some of my notes. Just hang on here. I got some notes here that I took. So, got to bear with me. Going up to the top. So, can be where people can create some kind of crazy intuition. And I'm putting, as I said, with that Mars and Venus sextile, especially when you are going out and wanting to connect with others, when you are wanting to date. This is especially for the young ladies out there. Now, Mars is dispositing the North Node. The North Node is in Aries with the moon and Aries this weekend, and then moving out of there. Now, with the Saturn retrograde on Saturday and the Aries moon crossing Chiron, so dispositing Mars and Taurus, it's in detriment. This is a detriment sextile. So Venus focuses on the things that are good, right? And 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 with Mars, Saturn's energy, it's teaching us to have patience. Remembering things can feel like we want to have them in a certain way at a certain time, right? And we want it to have it like this. This is not in trusting in our own abilities. This is when a beautiful time to really trust in God, trust in Christ, the Christ consciousness. That's the thing, is that we always feel like we can always do it on our own. It's I can do it. I can do it with Saturn retrograde. And a lot of the teachings, especially with the astrology that's coming through, is really putting your trust in the divine. You can't do it alone. You're trying to do it alone, but every time it comes into detriment, it comes into a place where you are going to find a lot of craziness and a lot of crazy things happening in your life instead of handing it over. There's my little preach in there. So I think that it's really important, especially with the moon in Aries and it's squaring over to the sun. We're finishing that square, and Venus, squaring Mercury. This is where your head emotional state it's in a good place. But remember, with Jupiter in Gemini, this is, where, and it's at 8 degrees, and it's going very quickly. And Jupiter in Gemini, this is a crazy wild ride. This is where you're going to get some really crazy downloads. Journal, write it out, get the information down, allow it to get through, right? Because we're going to find that as we come, Sunday into Monday, we're going to see some of the craziest stuff. And this is going to be, media, news, some really craziness is going to start happening. And with, because Saturn's been trying to keep things together and it's retrograde, this is where you're going to find a lot of things and a lot of people falling apart. This is where a lot of, you could just leave it in front of the TV and I'll get it. Because I got a lot of stuff here, but that's okay. There we go, right there. Thank you. This is where a lot of unpredictability can come in. And we need to watch how our actions are, how we are stepping into that Christ consciousness, how we are stepping into that heart, into that love, because it's having patience, right? And appreciating the beautiful and the good things and not letting our emotions have a desire. And I need to have I need to have this now. I need to do this now. This is being the adult, being the person, I have put my pants on today. I'm going to be the adult today, right? And this is where you're going to find where people can get past patterns that they've had, or your addictions and things can come up. So this is where it's like, don't get stuck in the past. That's the 6 of Cups. Don't get stuck in the past, right? People are like, oh, it was so wonderful back then. Oh, look at this. This is so great. It's like, okay, yeah, that was great, but now we are moving forward. We're taking on some newness. We're taking on some new frequencies and energies that are coming in. And Jupiter in Gemini, the environment that you can understand better. So the real work is in catching these things that aren't serving us, and it's in our subconscious, making sure that we're not emotionally driving and our ego's taking the wheel. So this is thinking that it will be fine and find the solution, and the ego say, no, we do it this way and this is the way we want to do it. This is where it's like, no, find where it's spiritually good, and we got everything cleared out and we got to do it this way. This is where I'm going to say the spiritual war is really coming to the front. This is where the war of illusion, the war of dissolutions at some point, especially with Neptune at the very end of Pisces, can come in. And this is where it's like, no, this is where a lot of the demons can come in, and where people's negativity can really come out in a very crazy way. So as we're going through this weekend, and it is so important for us to really find our emotional stability, however that is for you. And then as we go into Monday, July the 1st, happy Canada, and rabbit, take your cinnamon and blow it to your door to bring in the prosperity and abundance. This is where you're going to find, a lot of, crazy zones. We're not in the crazy zone. We're not freaking out. And things we're not putting in our mind and our emotions and our comforts, in our securities and our ego battle, like just trying to no, this is what we want. This is where shit can happen. Energetically, shit can just start to happen and things can start going cray. And that's not what we want. We don't want things to start to go cray. So it is a battle of staying balanced. It's a battle of really coming in and staying grounded. That's where we're at this weekend. And staying grounded is a very important part for the weekend. So I want you all to have a very beautiful weekend. I'm going to pull one card. We've been using the Enchanted Map cards. And I'll pull out a card from here. Let's do this, baby. Yeah. coffee. Oh, you saw some cards, didn't you? All right. Ride the wave, baby. Ride the wave. That's perfect. That's it. It's riding the wave, allowing yourself, the emotions are going to come up. Allow yourself to go through the emotions. It's just allowing them to rise up. Don't try and control them. Don't say, I don't want to feel that way. Okay, if you're feeling distraught, if you're feeling out of bounds. This is right now. Success is easy and effortless. So when we ride through it and we allow it, we stay within our Christ consciousness, within our divineness. You can assure that you are entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. The tide has turned and you can put your surfing skills to the test. Know that you are definitely on the right path. And with that comes, coming apart. So that's the other part. So you're riding the wave, things are going, but you might be finding that things are coming apart, but maybe they have to come apart in order for things to work out, right? And if you think that everything has to stay a certain way, it has to be this way in order for me to have it, it's going to come apart. So this is coming apart is a sign to put an end to what is no longer working for you. It is not about going into the past. It's not about, but it worked this way and we did it this way. It's like, no, it's done in order for you to create something new within your life. So ride the wave. The success is there. Stay grounded. Be an adult this weekend. You might find a lot of people freaking out, but you got to ride the wave and go forward. So have a blessed one, everybody. My breakfast is here. I got to eat. Woo, look at this. I got to eat before I have class. So have a blessed one. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all you do. Blessed be everybody.